Hey guys, welcome. And this is my Craftsman Snowblower. It's a couple of years old. I'll put the specs down in the notes below and what model is and all that. But today I'm going to tell you a few things that you can do to make sure that when the snow starts falling, your snowblower will run. Number one is to drain all the gas out in the spring. Make sure you completely drain the gas out. And how you do that is by taking the carburetor, and I'll hold this right up here and hopefully it'll capture it, but the carburetor has two little nuts on it. It has this center nut and it has this side nut. So you unscrew this and all the fuel will drain out. Once you have all the fuel clear, what you do is you put that nut right back in and you crank it up again and get all the fuel out. And hopefully that will make sure that your snowblower doesn't gum up over the summer. Some people like to take this nut out and drain it that way. I found, and I've had problems with that if you take this nut out, the center nut out, and there's jets in there, but if you take this out, this gasket here, and we'll take this off and I'll show you. And this is an old carburetor, so it's kind of messed up a little bit. But there's a gasket that goes right around here, and you can see there's no gasket here. And that gasket does not seat correctly. And when that doesn't seat correctly, and you have a full tank of gas, it will leak and smell up your garage. So take out the side nut and drain all the gas, start the engine up, and be done with it. Number two, start your snowblower up early enough in the season. So if you have a problem, you can replace the carburetor. Now on this machine here, this whole hood comes up. There's like 5 or 6 10mm bolts that come off. It comes right off. There is 100 different videos out there on YouTube that show you how to do it. It's very simple. Do not be afraid of doing it. There is really nothing to it. It's self-explanatory. There's 2 gaskets, that's it. So bite the bullet, order the part from Amazon. The part came in one day. It was $20. It had everything. It had a new primer bulb. It had everything in it. And that was, it took me, I think, a half an hour to pull it off, put it on, put some gas in it, and crank the baby up. It was well worth the 20 bucks. It was well worth the half an hour, 40 minutes. And now I have a brand new carburetor and basically a clean and ready to go snowblower. But now I am going to show you the most important thing, and I will do it and then we'll discuss it just a little bit. Okay, in my opinion, the most important thing to do to make sure that your snowblower runs in the winter is to do regular startups, do regular run cycles. Now, I have a background as a marine engineer, you know, those big ships, and a power engineer, you know, those huge power plants. So this is something that's very common in the power plants and ships. We have emergency backup diesels, emergency backup gas turbines, and we cycle them at least once a month, at least once a week. I will show you a picture here shortly, and I'll break away, but I'll show you a picture here shortly of a gas-fired generator on my neighbor's house, and that baby runs about a half an hour every week. Now, I think that's excessive, but that's the protocol they want. They start it up, it cranks for a half an hour every week, it runs through all its diagnostics, and it shuts down. But here's the most important thing for this thing, because this is a touchy piece of equipment. This machine you put on choke, you prime it really good, you put it on fast, and it's electric start, so it's plugged in. And so let's hope that this fires off. Okay, ran that for about 5 minutes. It cranked up, it ran pretty fine. It was hunting just a little bit, but then it settled out, which is all good. And the other thing that I do is here, the gas fill, I keep very little gasoline in it, like just maybe less than 1/4 of an inch of gasoline in the bottom of the tank. And the reason that I do that is because it's just enough to cycle it every 2 weeks and run it. And for chance, if we have no snow, which we hope we have no snow, I don't have a lot to drain and waste at the end of the season. So just a little bit of gas, don't need to fill this whole thing up. It takes about a half a gallon. A gas at $3.50 a gallon is just a waste of money. So just keep a little bit of gas, just enough to prime it and run it. Those are my secrets. Drain the fuel in the spring, run it dry, make sure your carburetor is in good shape. If it isn't, don't even waste your time playing around with it. Order a $20 carburetor off of Amazon, replace the thing, and run this thing every 2 weeks. Now I start running it in the middle to end of October. So this would be, say Halloween is really around the first time. So Halloween, middle of November, then the end of November is Thanksgiving, and now we're getting into December, January, and February. So it's 3 months that I run it every 2 weeks. So the most I run this thing is maybe 8 times, 9 times if there's no snow, and that's it, and that's my secret. So I hope you appreciated this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you got any questions, put it below in the comments and I'll be glad to answer them. So thank you very much for watching and good luck this winter. Hopefully we get no snow. Bye now.